All right, I'm just going to say right off the bat that I'm going to be talking about last night's, or I should say, season 7 premiere episode of The Walking Dead in detail. So there will be spoilers. If you want to avoid spoilers, I highly suggest you just go to the next video. Don't watch this one until after you've watched that episode, because I'm posting it literally the day afterward in the morning. Because why? This is the morning after. So welcome to the morning after. And if you don't know, I post videos the day after a major episode of something, comic books, and in this case, The Walking Dead airs. This is the Monday morning after the season 7 premiere of The Walking Dead. So we're going to talk about it at length. Although I want this one to be a little bit shorter. I think most of the people already know what's going to happen or what has happened in last night's episode, but they sure took their time and they drug that thing out, and it wasn't until maybe 30 minutes until we got our death scene, first of two, unfortunately. And I'll just go ahead and just talk about it right now. I made a video about the season 6. I did a morning after the season 6 ending, and in that video and on the written post, I had thought that Glenn would not die, that it was actually going to be Daryl, and I just read it right now. I feel silly even thinking this, that it was going to be Daryl and that Carol was going to commit suicide, and it would be 2 deaths in that regard. That Carol would just be so upset that she would, because they have that close relationship. I feel a little silly. Not that Daryl was a bad prediction, but over the course of the summer, and everyone had their theories and so on, but I decided to be the most observant over how frequently I saw these cast members at various events. And the one that I saw that had the most free time, especially when they were filming season 7, was Michael. I don't know his last name, I apologize, but the person that played Abraham. And it was around July-ish that I said, I think Abraham is the person that's going to be killed in the premiere. And lo and behold, I was correct. So I'm not, my initial prediction was wrong, but after evaluating the evidence, I was absolutely hit the nail on the head with that. But I didn't think Glenn was going to go. I honestly did not think. I can tell you right now, it was a scare. I'm sitting here. I got my notes. This is my notes that I was taking while watching the episode, and they had that part where they had a Daryl scare, where Daryl got up, punched Negan, and everyone was like, "Oh!" I was like, "Holy, are you serious right now?" Like, I thought for sure, like, "Oh my God, they are gonna kill Daryl," but it was just a scare. So once I took that sweat and wiped that off, and I'm looking at my phone, I'm sending tweets out, and I'm writing my notes. Completely missed Glenn. All I heard was a swing and a crack. And I look up, I'm like, Glenn, no! Like, I was not expecting it at all. I thought we're just going to get that one. No Glenn. Even though going into the episode, I thought it was going to be 2 people. But no. Not only did they kill Glenn, they made it as gruesome as possible. Which is very much exactly why they had those still images of Glenn with his eye popped out, is to mirror the way it looked in the comic book, because Glenn dies in the comic book. This is exactly how Glenn dies in the comic. In season 6, they teased us with Glenn's death, and I know everyone hated The Walking Dead for doing that, including myself, but they totally teased us with the whole dumpster thing. But now he's actually dead, and they did it the same way they did in the comic book. But what's also worth noting is the beginning of the episode, when we got those extended dialogue lines with Abraham's death especially, is those lines were the exact lines that he used on Glenn when he killed Glenn in the comics, but instead it was on Abraham. So Negan, they did that very faithfully. Like, oh, you're, tough. You got some spirit, and stuff like that. So I thought that was really nice that they decided to go in that direction. It's just I wasn't expecting Glenn after all of that. It really had me shook for a minute, and I'm sure most of you guys that are watching this are still upset. I'm gonna be upset for a while, but I still thought it was a great episode. Of course, they drug it out in Walking Dead fashion. I hope that season 7 is good because season 6 to me started off incredibly strong. Those first 3, 4 episodes of season 6 were like the best episodes of The Walking Dead I had ever watched. I thought they were incredible. And then we got that 1 hour and a half episode for Morgan that was god awful, and the rest of season 6 just kind of tanked until the end. The last couple episodes of season 6 were really good, and then we had that terrible finale. Um, so I'm hoping season 7 is significant. We have, Negan now. We have all of his people. We have, what's going to happen. This whole dynamic with Rick now. He's kind of felt like he's lost his power, lost his position. He's not the head honcho. He's not calling the shots anymore. It's Negan, and he's given that power away to him. So that's an interesting dynamic. We have characters like Ezekiel, who I personally don't know a whole lot about. I have not read any comics with him in it, so I can't give you that history, but I know he's a character in season 7, and he's very significant. He's the one you've seen in the trailers and stuff with the gray dreadlocks and the tiger. So that is some crazy stuff that's going to be happening later on in the season. So I'm hoping season 7 is a complete awesome season without all of these terrible filler episodes that we always get. Like, no more Morgan episodes. Like, I like Morgan, I really do, but no more terrible Morgan episodes. One of the other things I want to quickly address is the whole axe thing, the hatchet thing, because in the comic books, Rick does not have his right hand. I believe it's his right hand. I could be wrong, but he's missing a hand. And it's not because of Negan, it's actually because of the governor in the comic books. The governor took his hand away. So he only has his left hand in the comics, and that's been that way for a long time. And they teased the heck out of that in this episode. That's what that was, if that's what you're wondering why Negan was trying to basically strap up and have him cut off Carl's arm, and then Rick said, "No, they'll be do me instead of, and it'll be fine. I'll do it." But they were teasing the heck out of it, and I actually wanted them to do it. I was like, "They're gonna kill Glenn, they're killing Abraham, and they're taking Rick's arm. That's gonna be awesome." They didn't do it, but it's okay. It's fine that they didn't do it, but whatever. What was really weird though, I don't know if you guys noticed it. I'm just sitting there paying attention, but after the whole incident, the two people are dead, and Negan's negotiated everyone, and they dispersed, and it's just the group. But right when they're leaving, like towards that end, Negan's walked out the picture, and one of the guys in the background, as they're focused on, I think Rick possibly. I have to, you're looking at the screenshot, but like in the background, somebody is taking Polaroids pictures. They have a Polaroid camera, and they took Polaroid pictures of Glenn and his face and his death. Like, and he just snap, wave it like a Polaroid camera picture. Like what was that? Like, why? I don't know. Again, I didn't read the comics. I don't know if that's something that's from the comics or that's just some crazy Robert Kirkman stuff that he decided to throw in there at the last minute. But that was really funny to me. So we end the episode again. Rick has 1 week to turn over, whatever half of the stuff, food, weapons, clothing, to Negan. He now works for Negan, and the group has to follow suit. But we are getting a little bit of Sasha, as don't want to overlook Abraham at all. Like Abraham was legit. Like I personally, the whole hair thing wasn't I wasn't a fan of that or him or Eugene, but Abraham as a guy, pretty tough dude, and he was very important to the group. Had the close relationship with Rosita, and here's the other reason why I thought it was going to be Abraham is because the way season 6 ended with the whole Rosita Abraham thing. I was like, something's fishy here, especially with Abraham and Sasha. Like, you're not going to be able to ride out on that sunset. You're not going to be, like, something's going to happen between that. That's not going to last for sure. And, Rosita, I'm a Rosita fan. Like, I love her, man. Um, but there was no way that Abraham was just going to cheat on Rosita or just break her heart like that and not pay the consequences. Kind of like a horror movie. You have sex in a horror movie, great, you're gonna die. So that's kind of like that to me. So, what did you guys think of last night's episode? Or if you're not watching it right away, but later on, just what did you guys think of these deaths? Did you see Abraham and Glenn coming? Were you hoping for someone else? Who did you think was gonna die? Just let me know in the comments. I try to do these videos, or I'm trying to do morning after videos on a regular basis. So this is just the first episode of season 7. So hopefully on a weekly basis you can expect new videos on The Walking Dead every Monday morning. However, again, I am trying to. I do this on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, but I haven't done a video on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the last 2 weeks because I've been absolutely exhausted. So I hope to get back on the ball this week and have a video up on Wednesday for I think it's episode 5 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 4. I really dropped the ball for last week. I should have done a video, but we'll talk about it this week. Make sure you subscribe. It helps me. The more people that like, comment, and subscribe on these videos really keeps me encouraged to keep going and keep doing these videos, especially if you like the morning after series. Generally, I don't do more reactions. I want to do more factual stuff or things that you missed in the episode or stuff that's important or worth covering type of stuff. But this was very much a reaction because still, well, it's actually really hot in here. I want to turn this fan on. But sorry. R.I.P. Glenn, R.I.P. Abraham, and we'll see what else happens in this crazy, crazy show, season 7. I'm so happy it's back though. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.